Did you know that the world's most useless megaproject cost a staggering $100 billion? That's more than the GDP of most countries. As we embark on this journey, we'll explore the fascinating and at times bewildering world of megaprojects. These are colossal undertakings, often backed by governments or multinational corporations, and are designed to transform economies, cities, or even entire countries. They're meant to be monuments to human achievement, symbols of progress and prosperity. But what happens when these projects fail to live up to their lofty promises? We've all heard the saying, go big or go home. Well, in the case of these megaprojects, big is an understatement. We're talking about massive, monumental endeavors that are designed to push the boundaries of what's possible. Yet for all their grandeur, these projects can often end up as spectacular failures. But what exactly makes a megaproject useless? It's not just a matter of cost overruns or missed deadlines. A truly useless megaproject is one that fails to deliver on its promises, whether those are economic growth, improved infrastructure, or societal advancement. It's a project that, for all its size and scope, ends up serving no practical purpose, or worse, becomes a financial drain or a source of embarrassment for those involved. More often than not, these projects are born out of a combination of hubris and wishful thinking. They're driven by visions of grandeur, of reshaping the world in bold and dramatic ways. But when reality sets in, these visions often crumble, leaving behind monuments to wasted potential and squandered resources. So, what are some of these infamous failures? From deserted airports to empty cities, from unused stadiums to abandoned capitals, we'll delve deep into the stories behind these colossal blunders, examining what went wrong and what lessons we can learn from them. So without further ado, let's dive into the world of colossal failures, starting from the least to the most useless megaproject. Starting our countdown at number 7, we have the Mirabel Airport in Canada. Once hailed as the transportation hub of the future, Mirabel Airport was conceived with grand ambitions. The aim was to create an international gateway that would position Canada at the forefront of global aviation. The cost was staggering, with billions poured into the project. The airport stretched over 97,000 acres, making it the largest airport by area in the world. However, the anticipated surge in air traffic never materialized. The airport's remote location and lack of direct transport links to Montreal's city center made it inconvenient for travelers. Over time, passenger numbers dwindled, and the vast terminals fell silent. Today, Mirabel Airport stands largely unused, a monument to unfulfilled ambition. The once bustling terminals are now eerily quiet, the runways devoid of the roar of jet engines, a grand vision that ended up as an expensive ghost town. At number 6, we have the infamous Bridge to Nowhere in Alaska. This proposed project took the concept of misplaced priorities to a whole new level. The idea was to build a bridge, a massive one at that, to connect the small town of Ketchikan, home to just 50 people, to its airport on the island of Gravina. A bridge, mind you, that was projected to cost a staggering $398 million. That's nearly $8 million per resident. The sheer financial absurdity of the proposal, combined with its environmental impact, led to its downfall. The Bridge to Nowhere became a symbol of wasteful government spending, a pricey road leading to, well, practically nowhere. The bridge was never built, but its memory serves as a stark reminder of the cost of uselessness, a costly path leading to practically nowhere. Number 5 on our list is the city of Ordos in China. This grand city, designed to accommodate over 1 million people, now stands eerily silent. The purpose of Ordos was to create a bustling hub of industry, culture, and commerce in Inner Mongolia. Billions were spent with lavish buildings and expansive infrastructure erected to support the anticipated residents, but that anticipated crowd never arrived. The cost of living in this opulent city was simply too high for the average Chinese citizen. Additionally, its remote location proved to be a significant barrier, deterring people from relocating. As a result, the city remains largely uninhabited, a ghost town in the midst of the Mongolian plateau. Today, the empty streets and vacant buildings of Ordos are a stark reminder of the risks that come with overzealous urban planning. It was a project built on grand ambitions, but those ambitions were not enough to fill the city's broad avenues and towering skyscrapers. An empty city that stands as a monument to overambition. Coming in at number 4, we have the Unused Stadiums from the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. These colossal structures, once humming with the excitement of ardent football fans, now stand eerily silent. Their grandstands, once filled to the brim with cheering spectators, are now a ghostly reminder of a past that's been left behind. Constructed with the lofty purpose of hosting the world's most popular sporting event, these stadiums cost a whopping $3 billion in total. A staggering amount, particularly considering the economic disparities in Brazil. Yet the controversy doesn't end there. Despite their grandeur, most of these stadiums are now practically deserted, their purpose fulfilled and forgotten. They stand today as towering symbols of extravagance that are no longer needed or wanted. From hosting the world's most watched tournament to being reduced to white elephants, these stadiums are a stark illustration of how short-lived glory can be. A costly reminder of fleeting glory. Taking the third spot, we have Naypyidaw, the purpose-built capital of Myanmar. Imagine a city, meticulously planned and artfully constructed, yet eerily silent and largely unpopulated. That's Naypyidaw for you, a city that sprawls over 4,000 square miles, making it 6 times the size of New York City. Myanmar's government decided to build a new capital in the early 2000s. The decision was shrouded in mystery and speculation. Some say it was due to astrological reasons, others suggest a strategic move to consolidate power and control. The city was constructed in secret, with the international community largely unaware until its formal unveiling in 2005. The cost of building Naypyidaw was astronomical. Billions of dollars were poured into creating this modern city with wide boulevards, grand government buildings, luxury hotels, and even a zoo. All this, while a significant portion of the country's population lived and still live in poverty. Yet, despite its impressive infrastructure, Naypyidaw is a ghost city. It's a capital that lacks what every capital city thrives on, a bustling population. The city's wide roads, designed to accommodate up to 20 lanes of traffic, often lie empty. The city's luxurious hotels, built to attract tourists, remain largely vacant. The city's grand government buildings, created to house the country's administration, are a stark contrast to the sparse population. The reasons why Naypyidaw remains largely deserted are many. For one, the city's isolated location and the high cost of living make it unattractive for many of Myanmar's citizens. Additionally, the city's rigid planning and lack of organic growth have resulted in a city that feels more like a giant museum than a living, breathing metropolis. In conclusion, Naypyidaw stands as a monument to a grand vision that failed to take into account the human element. A city built for millions, yet inhabited by a mere fraction of that number. A capital city without a bustling population, a true paradox. At number 2, we have the Ryugyong Hotel in North Korea. This colossal structure, soaring to a dizzying height of 105 stories, was conceived with grand ambitions. Its purpose? To stand as the world's tallest hotel, a beacon of progress, a testament to North Korea's growing prowess. The price tag for this ambitious endeavor? A staggering 2% of North Korea's GDP. A price too steep, it seems, for the Hermit Kingdom. Yet the Ryugyong remains, unfinished, a skeleton of steel and concrete piercing the Pyongyang skyline. For over 30 years, the hotel has stood incomplete. Construction began in the late 80s, yet the project was abandoned in the 90s due to economic difficulties. Attempts to resume work have been sporadic and largely fruitless. Today, the Ryugyong Hotel is an eerie ghost of what might have been, a towering testament to ambitions unfulfilled. A towering symbol of unfulfilled dreams. And finally, at number 1, we have the Great Man-Made River in Libya. A grandiose vision conceived in the 80s, the project aimed to carry water from the heart of the Sahara to Libya's parched coastal cities. Its construction cost was a staggering $25 billion, making it one of the most expensive engineering feats in history. However, the project has been anything but a success. Despite its noble intention of bringing water to arid regions, the Great Man-Made River has been plagued with inefficiencies, mismanagement, and conflict-induced damages. The promised water often fails to reach its destinations, leaving the intended beneficiaries high and dry. Moreover, the project's ecological impact has been questionable, with concerns about the depletion of ancient underground water reserves that cannot be replenished. So, despite the grandeur and ambition, the Great Man-Made River stands as a monument to squandered resources and unfulfilled promises, a project that promised life but delivered a desert of disappointment. A clear winner in our countdown of the most useless megaprojects.